Jacinto Mountains, just 2 hours east of Los Angeles, rugged, rural, isolated. The perfect place for me. It was here that William Marshall, back in the 1984 murder at Long Points, had settled. Way up here in the wilderness.
He was a firefighter and worked as a fire captain here at the station in 2000.
A fire captain with the California Department of Forestry. According to former Chief Dale Hutchinson, he was responsible for this station. By the year 2003, Marshall has been here almost 15 years. Lived quietly in this rustic community known as the Mountain Center. People called him Bill, respected him, trusted him to keep them safe. He lived right there at the house right behind you. Terry Quinn made friends with Marshall soon after he moved in.
And he was a very good person. He was very well respected. He fit in real well up there on the mountain.
Back in Torrance, the case detective testified after almost 20 years was not fitting together so well. They had hoped that key piece of evidence, the phone, would tie Marshall to that long ago crime scene, but the lab wouldn't definitively back it up. Without some break, the case would stall again. What to do? Well, it was perhaps a long shot, but Deputy DA John Lewin had always figured that the alibi Marshall got from his old girlfriend, Yvonne Hargrove, was a little shaky. So he had an idea. What if detectives interviewed both Yvonne and Marshall on the very same day? Would they trip themselves up with divergent stories?
2 teams went out the day that Mr. Marshall was contacted. One team contacted him, and the second team went to Ohio and contacted her.
Who?
Living in Cleveland, like.
And they say he needs to talk to me about what happened 20 years ago. And my brain went. And I'm like, okay. So they tell me they're opening up the one about William. And asked me, was he with
Yvonne insisted the story she told me and now was absolutely positively true. William Marshall's alibi remained rock solid. Meanwhile, 2,500 miles away, high in the mountains, detectives pulled up to William Marshall's house, not knowing what to expect.
Great shot!
Let us know. Things unfolded slowly. Marshall was cooperative and even keeled, though in full denial of any guilt whatsoever.
Great shot!
The wall is tied with different approach. They got talking about
Nice on!
Marshall back when he was arrested after the murder of the KFC.
He did explain to us that his pattern of shoe wear was such that he typically wore out his shoes in this fashion. He wouldn't untie his shoes to get them off. He just kind of pick them off. And that rubbing of the heel, constantly rubbing, coming out of the shoe, eventually wears his shoes. And he actually showed us several pairs.
Perfect shot! Birdie!
Strange piece of foam found at the crime scene. They told him one of the boots from him was so worn it was missing a piece of foam. And the remaining foam in the boot seemed to match it just about.
Yeah, I won that one.
Marshall, can we take some pictures of those old worn-out shoes? But that's when Marshall put on the brake.
I had a very negative experience with this case. I feel like I'm going down quick.
And with that, the interview. Interesting, sure, but usable. That concludes. And the cops were wrapping up their meeting with Marshall's former girlfriend, Yvonne Hargrove. Then, just before they left, almost as an afterthought, she offered something, a strange story about William. About something he said when she picked him up from the police station when he was first a suspect in Robin's murder.
He's crying and he's saying, how am I going to get there?
How am I going to get to heaven? How am I going to get to heaven? He just keeps saying this over and over and over. That's as far as she would offer. It sounds like this is a statement made by somebody who feared because he had done something.
Intriguing, but not exactly incriminating. The cops needed more. So Wallace returned to the fire captain's house, this time with a search warrant.
Only that second time he'd gotten rid of all the shoes. The closet was completely clean. All those shoes were missing. Now, interestingly, on the back porch, he left one pair of shoes, though. The one pair he didn't get rid of. And they had the same pattern of wear. So I did collect those as well. And we used those to demonstrate that William Marshall was somebody who would wear his shoes this way.
More circumstantial evidence, but nothing definitively connecting William Marshall to the crime. That afterthought from Yvonne has been interesting, but really it might have meant nothing. Back in Cleveland after the visit from the cops, Yvonne got to doing a little soul searching.
Coming up,
I hope that thing was on the crime scene. So,
what was it? She at long last told the police. And Dateline continues.
Great shot!
Some things are good to know, like where to find the cheapest gas in town, and which supermarket gives you Medicare and Medicaid. You may be able to get more healthcare benefits through a Humana Medicare Advantage plan. Call the number on your screen now and speak to a licensed Humana sales agent to see if you qualify. There are plans that could give you more healthcare benefits than you have today. Depending on the plan you choose, you could have your doctor, hospital, and prescription drug coverage in one convenient place. You'll have lots of doctors and specialists to choose from. And if you have Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana plan may give you other important benefits. Depending on where you live, they could include dental, vision, and hearing coverage. You may also get rides to plan-approved locations, home-delivered meals after
Perfect shot!
A monthly allowance for purchasing approved healthy food and beverages, plus an allowance for and personal care products. Best of all, if you have Medicare and Medicaid, you may qualify for multiple opportunities throughout the year to enroll. So if you want more for Medicare, call the number on your screen now to speak with a licensed Humana sales agent.
Perfect shot!
They could give you more healthcare benefits, including coverage for prescription drugs, dental care, eye exams,
Nice on!
walk you through your options. Answer any questions you have. If you're eligible, help you enroll over the phone. Call today, and we'll also send this free guide. Humana, a more human way to help.
Looking to refinance your mortgage? The first thing you want to do, find out how much your home is worth. Just go to ownerly.com
Great shot!
and see the home value.
Nice on!
It's smaller, and a lot more convenient than my old wallet. And helps me get rid of all the junk that I collected over the years. Really huge outfit. It's your big one, and it's not.
Eagle!
It's always like so exclusively for people like us who serve in uniform. If you
My abuela always say that when she was a kid.
Hunger is here, and I needed it because my fridge is super empty. I'm gonna open the box. It's packed.
What if we told you about shoes that are as stylish as they are comfortable, that you can wear all day, every day? Meet Birdies. Designer flats that feel like slippers and offer the support of sneakers. Thanks to our exclusive 7-layer comfort technology.
Wouldn't it be unbelievable if cereal that looked like this was somehow healthy? That's Magic Spoon. High protein, low carb, low sugar, and with a taste you'll never believe is good for you. Get $5 off at magicspoon.com/TV.
First dates and the joy of finding out they're exactly who you hoped for. Use Been Verified to search the people you've matched with. You could find the info you need to let love do its thing. Been Verified. No
Or
doubt.
We found the movement because we believe you shouldn't have to choose between a great watch and a fair price. Our watches are uniquely designed, in-house, clean, modern watches, crafted with top-tier materials. Join the movement now at mbmt.com.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over 500,000 satisfied users. Visit legacybox.com today.
Perfume.com. Looking for love? Of big ambitions? Whatever your personality, we have a scent for you. Perfume.com. Pick up authentic designer fragrances at up to 80% off retail prices. Perfume.com.
Damn it, sliced it.
There it's at. The circumstantial cold case from the so close to the fire, yet
Psychedelic.
being frozen on a shelf forever. D.A. John Lewin and Detective Jim Wallace needed something, anything. So they could charge on suspect William Mark.
Perfect shot.
With what? Back in Cleveland, Ohio, after those detectives left, Yvonne Hargrove got arrested with her own soul. William had given her a feeding so severe she thought he'd kill her. So she fled, and a cold fear set in. If she said anything, would he come after her, finish the job? After all, she alone knew the story he told her when he said that time he might never get to heaven. No.
I was thinking, what's going on to me?
Damn it.
Yes. Yes. Does he realize he's put a time bomb in mine? Why me? My life could be in danger.
Gonna lose this one.
And I'm thinking, what do I do with this? Of which I did contact an attorney.
That attorney, all those years ago, told her to set the investigation, so she did.
Great shot.
But now, after that visit from the cops, the turmoil was back, gut-wrenching as ever. She needed fresh advice.
What is it?
Nice on.
He said, when they asked me what happened 20 years ago, did you tell them the truth? I said, no, sir. I told them the same story that I told them 20 years ago. It wasn't the truth. He said, you know, maybe.
Damn it.
So she picked up the phone.
And I said, that you need to know. What happened 20 years ago when he didn't have my house was not true. He wasn't at my house that night.
And now,
I said, the next thing is,
you did it. Yvonne was his confessor. And now she recited it all, every murderous moment of the night before Halloween at the KFC.
Yvonne is a force, and when she started going, then it just sounded credible. And then it was supported by the physical evidence we had, which she knew nothing about. He did tell her that he went out and he went to a Kentucky Fried Chicken. He did tell her that he wanted to get the money. If the employee allowed him in, but had to put the money in the drop box or someplace he couldn't get the money. He did tell her that he stabbed this victim. He did tell her that after he couldn't get the money, he cut the victim's throat.
But Yvonne wasn't finished coming clean. There was one more piece of business. The phone from the crime scene. She knew instantly what it was and how it got there. So did William Marshall, she said.
and then she looked at his shoes, and all of them had the backs worn off. So, the most crucial moment of his life, That's when that little piece of foam in the back of that boot popped out.
Yvonne's 20-year secret. So you were telling him those things. What was going on in your life?
I feel like I'm relieved that I can finally get it out.
I would think you'd be pretty darn nervous.
I was, but I was tired. I was tired of having that in my gut. I want to be normal again. I want my life back.
And then in 2006, up in the San Jacinto Mountains, a delegation of policemen
Great shot.
station of the popular actor known as Bill.
Damn it.
Word about the arrest traveled
That sounds good. You know what? It was the beginning of the ball rolling that he is going to stay in prison for the rest of his life and never get out.
The trial finally began in 2007, 23 years after Robin's murder. William Marshall was now 46. He arrived in court each day carrying a Bible. His troubled youth, early drug addiction, brief rap sheet, murder. Prosecutor John Lewin makes
William Marshall knew to the restaurant that night. He knew that Robin knew him. He knew his crime. He was going to kill her. So this was just a heartless, horrific, unconscionable crime.
the motive? Drug money. Then the witness. And he needed cash. He thought where to get it. Decade.
To walk over to him and say, you hurt me. You not only hurt this family, but you hurt me, but I wasn't allowed. So once I gave my testimony, I guess you could say it was a done deal.
2 days later, the jury agreed. They found William Marshall guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison.
I always knew he was going to pay for what he did, but I'm mean enough that I wanted to see him pay here on earth. So I hope he lives to be 100 and he spends a lot of years in that little 6x9 cell.
Robin deserved to see justice. And,
Or four.
you know, it's true that the trial didn't bring her back, but now Robin's murderer is accountable.
And there was someone else who'd been worried about accountability. The woman who traded shifts with Robin on the day she was murdered. She believed all those years that the family blamed her for it. And now, finally, learned that she was wrong.
I remember her mom said something to me, that Robin was a nice person, and that's why she changed hours with me. And she said, and I believe you're a nice person too, and you would have done the same thing. And that just changed everything. Because I thought, you know, I would have said wrong too.
Great shot!
I'm sure she had to be absolved by that family. Okay. And for Yvonne Hartwell, the woman who in the end finally did the right thing, did the Hoynes family harbor any resentment toward her?
I can't remember if it was her older sister, but one of them looked at me and she gave me a little smile.
You ain't ashamed.
I'm okay with them. They sent me a thank you card of their gratitude. It made me feel good. And I think about the young lady because I keep that in remembrance of her.
Perfect
I'm
shot!
so sorry that happened.
Nice on!
But that year,
My mom says, well, I guess we need to buy some Halloween candy. You know, that makes sense.
sound like very much to anyone, that is like huge. And we did. And, you do hand out candy now. And just things that you can't even imagine change in ways that seem very small, but really are monumental.
Birdie!
I'm Natalie Morales. Thank you for watching.
Great shot!
Shotgun brandishes a pistol.
You move your head, you're going to get shot.
Igniting a lethal gun battle. Later, a trooper stalks to help a stranded motorist, but gets caught in the path of a four-wheel missile. This is not what you're about to see is real. Brace yourself. This is most shocking. Stopped by the law.
Greenwood, South Carolina. An officer catches up to a man who was just involved in a shooting. The armed suspect sees only one cop behind him. But swinging around is a three-member SWAT team led by Chief Deputy Mike Frederick.
You saw that down there, the city PD car behind him with lights on him, he stopped the vehicle.
A backup unit arrives to see the team already staked out behind the Camaro.
You saw that he had banked his car off to the right, obviously in an effort to protect himself. Placed more of the vehicle between us and him.
Dale Kittles hunkers down on the right.
I was able to maneuver over and I couldn't really see the driver because of the tinted window.
The fugitive decides to take a stand.
Cracked his door. His hand came into view, and there was a handgun, silver color, semi-automatic pistol in his hand.
The gunman opens fire. The gunman's tactics don't pay off, and he's hit. No small feat for officers.
Eric.
Frederick and Hammett behind the cruiser, pinning the man down with a furious volley of gunfire.
We knew at that point we would suppress the fire road. We had to contain him inside that vehicle.
That gives Kittles, on the right, a chance to take a clear shot. But the prospect of being hit by civilians has him on edge.
God, I do not want to miss this guy. He's the bad guy. I don't want to hit somebody instantly.
Then he locks on his target.
All four rounds went to the back seat of the car, and two of the 4 rounds stuck in the back.
The hitter is down. No.
He's laying on the ground, the gun's maybe right outside of his hand right there. He's trying to reach for it.
When you get civilians lined up to our left, there are people intersection.
Plotting one final attack.
We came up with a hasty plan to use the county vehicle to roll up, keep the engine block between us and the suspect to the last possible moment.
The gun is kicked away and the outlaw secured. The man, Sergio Gonzalez, is charged with 5 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer. The investigation of the scene shows the incredibly accurate grouping of the SWAT officer's shots. Frighteningly, Gonzalez was almost as good. Only one stray round hit a
Great shot!
The rest nailed the SWAT car within inches of heaven.
Their actions to be able to take those rounds and to be able to turn the rounds the way they did under fire. They don't want to get over there to where I was at and you found them taking shots. I understand what's scared, but fear will keep you on your toes, fear will keep you alive.
Great shot!
The right thing. If you're able to do what you're supposed to do, you got any custody, you got hurting anything to do.
Erlanger, Kentucky. Officers Bill Allen and Doug Eagle on an isolated freeway.
A single vehicle on the left-hand side. I tried to stop probably a couple hundred feet behind the fence. So I hit my brakes and started sliding.
Vehicles raced by, heedless of the 4 road kickers. I'll take that. While the policeman is trying to shake the motorist, another car is headed straight for it. As a Chevy hits the squad car from behind, the video goes out.
We're probably out of close. 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Great shot!
Now facing oncoming traffic. The Acura manages to stop. They all scream to the right. Eager struggles to get a female driver.
Great shot! Nice job!
Just seconds after a massive accident, another second hits the patrol car. While the man inside the Acura has no chance to get out.
Great shot!
The woman free from the Chevy just in time.
Nice on!
Down against the wall, about 6 or 8 feet. Kind of jumped. I feel hurt at the same time.
The aftermath looks grim. Miraculously, the man in the Acura survives the crash with barely a scratch. And the woman squeezes through with a minor abrasion from her seatbelt. With quick thinking,
damn it.
skates by. Daytona Beach, Florida. Police stop a man who just threatened to kill his wife.
Bogey! Great shot! Great shot!
The man grinds to a halt and bails out. The cops are right there with 50,000 volts of stopping power. Non-lethal taser drops the disease. Officers cover it. Now the cops head off to jail.
Perfect shot!
But not before making it clear what he thinks about his actions.
Nice on!
And then
and get Part 2 benefits like prescriptions and extended coverage for your dental work at no extra time. 3, they'll check if you're eligible to get money added to your Social Security check up to $1,700 a year. Call it, check your zip code.
Perfect shot!
Social Security check. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare coverage helpline. You can too. Call the 800 number to check your zip code. Don't miss the deadline. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-381-2500. That's 1-800-381-2500 now.
Are you on Medicare? Remember, the annual enrollment period is here. The time to change your coverage begins October 15th and ends December 7th. So call United Healthcare and take advantage of a wide choice of plans.
Great shot!
Including an AARP Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. It can combine your hospital with prescription drug
Nice on!
Take advantage of $0 copays on primary care doctor visits, prescriptions, and lab tests. Also, get $0 copays on Prevent Dental Care, $0 copays on routine and dreaming exams, and free yearly eye exams, plus free designer frames and prescription lenses. Now's the time to look at United Healthcare's variety of plans, and let us help find the one that works.
Perfect shot!
Ask about PPO plans too. They let you see any doctors who accept Medicare without a referral and pay in-network costs at home or private when you see doctors from the United Healthcare Medicare National Network.
Nice on!
In fact, last year,